Right, it's looking worse and worse for Snow White. The box office is in for the previews. Pretty bad. $3.5 million in previews. That's, not great for a movie that has cost somewhere in the region of $300 million. Not good. Not good at all. We're going to take a look at this. Also, the Rotten Tomatoes score keeps slipping down. So that's comical as hell, obviously. I'm hopefully going to be... I say hopefully. I don't want to watch this movie. But I am going to be watching this movie today. I say hopefully because, of course, I know you guys will probably enjoy a review of it in all of its glory. But anyway, let's dive into this. Hit subscribe if you're new here. Please do genuinely hit subscribe if you're a returning viewer that's not yet. It really does help the channel out way more than I can possibly say. And thank you in advance. So, Deadline has this article. And in traditional mainstream media, access media fashion, they're trying to put a positive spin on it. But it's not positive. And they're... How do I word this? All of the quintessential mainstream media outlets have reviewed this positively, even if they're reviews that seem positive. Even though their reviews are labelled positive, some of them are negative. It's what you'd expect, quite frankly. And Deadline is one of them. So this kind of spin, because that's what it is. Make no mistake, this is all just spin. There's no two ways about it. This is just some drivel here. Is all just an effort to keep Disney from completely falling apart. And also to keep their access. Which is comical because you have this here, right? Exclusive. Disney's Snow White, which has been dragged through the tabloids like she was Leona Helmsley, is seeing Thursday previews last night, it says tonight, of $3.5 million per Deadline sources. Note, these numbers don't come from Disney, and showtimes began at 2 p.m. Yeah, that's just really not good. And actually, what they begin comparing it to is awful. So anyway, it says, where does this put the feature take of Disney's original movie? So it begins to compare it to Maleficent, right? Now, they are right in saying that it is above it. So Maleficent in 2019 did 2.3 million in previews. Now, if you adjust that for inflation, it puts it at 2.87. So let's just round it up to 2.9 million. But that's not staggeringly high, is it, by comparison? It's not a massive smash hit, right? That's not great by any stretch of the imagination. But then you look at Dumbo, right? So Dumbo's movie did 2.6 million in previews. And then if you compare that, 2.6 million is 3.245. So 3.3 million, if you're just going to round it up or round it down, 3.2 or 3.3. So, I mean, Dumbo, again, not great. It's not a great comparison, is it? Again, let's be careful about this. That's not brilliant. A fair comparison would be Kung Fu Panda 4 last year, which did 3.8 million. It's closest to it. But these box offices that they're touting as their opening weekends is pretty bad. I mean, Maleficent, which this admittedly is higher than, did $36.9 million opening weekend. If this movie does if this movie does about $40 million opening weekend, which is actually predicted to do, that's a disaster. This movie has over $300 million budget. That's mental. Dumbo, for instance, they put that as a $46 million opening. Now, that would adjust it for inflation. That would put, if Snow White follows that track, it'd be like a $50 million opening. Again, anywhere between $40 to $50 million. That's terrible for this film. Kung Fu Panda 4, which again, a better comparison because it did slightly more, is a $57.8 million 3-day. If it does anywhere close to that, it's still not great. That's still embarrassingly bad, but it's better. So it says this, and this is wrong. $270 million is only the previous tax filing. They spent a whole other year on reshoots after that. So this is not, $270 million isn't the total budget. At all. We know that for a fact, actually. It's not. You can't dispute it, like it's factual. So the success of the $300 million plus production boils down to whether families with daughters go on Saturday and Sunday. Also, will moviegoers in red states clutch their pearls? That is a weird thing to say, Deadline. Will will the majority of the country, because that's what happened, the majority of the United States voted for Trump, will they clutch their pearls because they were lambasted by the lead star of this movie to never know peace? I mean, what a weird statement to say. It's spring break, and there's 25% K-12 schools off tomorrow, and that percentage will generally hold for the next few weeks. So Snow White carries a high level of awareness at 94%, meaning audiences know the movie is out there. However, the level of interest on tracking is low at 39%. Yeah, I can believe that. Making many industry suits wonder if a movie at that level has ever opened to north of 50 plus million. Probably not, I don't think. Do families ignore all the noise that the Pixar Rachel Zegler created and decide to go see what is a very well-produced Disney live-action take of a classic tune? I mean, it's not, though, is it? It's not well received at all. Again, this is just wrong. It is low at 46%. Again, it's slid down. It's kept sliding. But you're not actually able to see top critic scores anymore. So when you compare... So what you used to be able to do was look at the just critic scores, right? You can't... Top critics, all critics, 27%. There you go. So we can see it. Sorry, it's my bad. 27% for top critics. I mean, that's awful. All critics, 46%. This is a disaster. 27 and 46. What an absolute disaster of a movie. A movie that, again, may I remind you, cost about $300 plus million. What? It's also an hour 49 minutes. I didn't realise that. I've got to sit there for nearly 2 hours. Ah, no. God. You could play this as a torture device, couldn't you, really? Oh, dear, oh, dear. Dear, oh, dear. Just looking at some of these live action movies that they're quoting here. 69.4% 3-day. It's not going to get anywhere near Maleficent levels. I think this movie does about 40%. That's what I reckon. That is what I reckon. I mean, go out and watch Ash. Right, you got Isa Gonzalez in there, Aaron Paul. Go watch that. 74% fresh, Rotten Tomatoes. Go watch that instead. I mean, you can look at Isa Gonzalez for a couple of hours. She's banging, so go watch that. That's what I would recommend. Don't do what I've got to do and watch this stupid film. But yeah, pretty bad. The box office is looking pretty bad, obviously. 3.5 million in previews is not good. No matter what they say, that's not good. And this is not good either. The critics score, it just keeps going down. I did this yesterday. I think it was like 48 or 47%. So it has just slowly slid. And it dropped. It opened to higher than that. But the all critics thing is just, the top critics is pretty bad. Again, just terrible. Just a terribly received movie. And they did it all to themselves. This didn't have to be the case, but, they did it to themselves. And I do think Rachel Zegler's career is finished. Finished before it began as well, comically. So what do you guys think? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop it down below. If you're new here, like I said, do hit subscribe. I've got a Patreon. If you like what I do here, support me further. Get exclusive access to hundreds of hours of content, actually. It's linked down below. Take care. Bye-bye now.